Hello everyone, I'm Paul McGuire Grimes. Jennifer Lawrence stars in the new Apple TV Plus streaming movie Causeway. Now, we haven't seen her in a movie like this in quite some time, so I want to talk about it. This is Paul's trip to the movies. Her character, Lindsay, is a military vet who suffered a severe accident while serving over in Afghanistan. She needs assisted living for the time being as she goes through physical therapy and cognitive rehabilitation. Leaving the transitional care becomes challenging as she returns home to her mother's house. It's a very lived-in, run-down place in a blue-collar community in New Orleans. She gets some easy work cleaning pools, but a trip to the body shop leads to an unlikely friendship with a guy named James, who's played by Tyree Henry. He's a mechanic who also comes with his own past trauma. This small little ensemble film also features Linda Emond, Stephen McKinley Henderson, and Jane Hodyshell. We're used to seeing Jennifer Lawrence in really big action blockbusters like the Hunger Games or X-Men franchises, or her 3 movies with director David R. Russell, for which she earned Oscar nominations and a win for Silver Linings Playbook. Even last year's turn in Don't Look Up were these big, high-profile movies. Causeway, though, is a quiet, slow character study, really driven by Lindsay's return home to a place that she doesn't really want to relive, but one that she must in order to kind of acknowledge her past if she wants to kind of start over and build her life again. There are a few moments where we find Lindsay alone, and that internal reflection is really what carries this movie and the character. The details of Lindsay's past are slowly revealed as she opens up to James. The film starts with her rehab stint, but we don't know at the time, though, what had caused this accident until later on. She's a character that's really guarded and needs to feel that connection with someone else if she's going to be vulnerable. And the same could really be said for James, as Tyree Henry really keeps his character fairly guarded at first. Now, this is the kind of character study that we've seen before, where 2 strangers meet and without really realizing it or possibly understand it, then they need each other for that companionship and trust. There are smaller themes regarding the link between PTSD and trauma. We see Lindsay struggle with taking prescriptions for her mental health and really believes that deploying again despite her accident would be her only way out of her hometown. This could have been explored more, which would have given Stephen McKinley Henderson more to play with as her doctor. Causeway is a refreshing career move for Jennifer Lawrence to take on an introverted character like this. There's a stripped-down subtlety to her work, as opposed to what she did in the Hunger Games, Silver Linings Playbook, or even American Hustle, which found her in really physical and mentally demanding type of roles. I hope that she takes on more of these smaller movies that can really pack a punch, as that really is where her career started with Winter's Bone. Now, while she may get a lot of attention with this movie, Tyree Henry cannot be ignored. You may remember him in movies like If Beale Street Could Talk and Marvel's Eternals. He is just always so captivating on screen, and this movie is really no different for him. There's this easiness and just authentic nature to what he brings to James as he really opens up about his past in this poolside scene that he has with Jennifer Lawrence's character, Lindsay. Causeway may float under the radar, but the performances from Jennifer Lawrence and Tyree Henry really are worthy of your time. I'm giving Causeway 3 out of 5 ticket stubs. If you like my review today, click subscribe on my YouTube channel. I've got some other movie reviews, as well as my appearances on Twin Cities Live. It's our local ABC show, our ABC affiliate. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Paul's Movie Trip. I'd love to hear from you. What have been some of your favorite Jennifer Lawrence or Tyree Henry movies? I'd love to hear from you. Leave me a comment, and then go to my website, paulstriptothemovies.com, for even more reviews. Thank you so much for watching my review of Causeway. It's streaming on Apple TV+. Thank you so much. This is Paul's Trip to the Movies.